I am a full-time child therapist and I work with children in trauma. And the way that I get kids to be more expressive is through art. And I work really with one piece of wire to try to create an image that is whimsical and lighthearted. And I've been doing this for about 17 years. What inspires me about particular pieces is usually humor, and usually it's sociological, usually it's about relationships. So try to do a lot of pieces that involve love and couples, and I also try to do a lot of work that is about political pieces that raise issues around justice and social awareness. And so for me, a lot of it at the art is about finding things that make people feel lifted up and enlivened. And there's something about wire that as you're resisting it with your hands and as you're doing this down below with it, you get a sense of like chilling out from it. So not only are you kind of like distracting with it, but also as a tool to help kids feel more at ease as they're doing it. So I really like that. I like that aspect of it about making everybody feel more comfortable. The most difficult thing about working with wire is knowing when to stop. And I think this is true of all art. And so part of it is the charm of this work is the less is better. One of the things about wire, which I think is great, which people don't realize, is that it vibrates. And so it's like a chord on a piano. And when you touch it, it creates energy which moves through space so that as you walk, it interacts with you. And it actually picks up the vibrations as you're walking, and it starts dancing and moving. And I like that idea that you are sending out waves into the universe, and the universe is responding back to you again. So I like that part, and I like the fact that when light hits the wire, it creates a projection, a secondary picture onto the wall. So you actually have two pieces. You have the work itself, and then a projection of the work against the wall. I think a series of pieces that I like are pieces about people in transition, because I'm a therapist, so I like this idea of change, and so you're going from one state to another as you're learning and growing. So especially figures which are like satyrs or centaurs or mythological beasts that are half one thing and half another, for me just really represent you're progressing in your life to something, a new creature that is coming out of one thing from another. So sometimes the shadow has a totally different feel than the real original piece. So the original piece can look benign and sort of happy, but the projection can be kind of like maybe a little scary and a little bit mean looking. And so sometimes you just go, how did that happen? How did that image create from that a totally different feel? So I think those are two things that are really unusually most people don't get right away.